Sabbath peace. Another opportunity for us to come together and hear and learn of the word of truth that's given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahushua. In him lies the only hope for salvation. We know that it is obtained by grace through faith, not of works, lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. We understand that if you do not obey him, it is made manifest or made obvious that you do not believe. In this state, you should expect no good thing from the Most High. However, anything that you do get, whether it be a gift of tongues, a gift of prophecy, or any supernatural experience that you may have, it can and it will be used against you in the day of judgment. With that said, peace to the saints that are watching on the cameras, to the saints that are scattered around the world, to the saints that don't even know, who we are, and we don't know who they are. But y'all bless them. But no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent that they might live. Let's go ahead and look at what we talked about last week, right? We stayed in Matthew chapter 24, and we read a little bit deeper. Remember, the week before last, we answered 2 of the 3 questions. Remember, it was 3 questions that was asked. When shall these things be? That one was talking about the temple, right? When was the temple going to get knocked down? What shall be the sign of your coming and the end of the world, right? So when should the temple be knocked down? When you gonna be come back, and what's gonna be the sign of it, and what's gonna be the sign of the end of the world, right? So Yahushua, he answered the first 2 questions in our the week before last, and then last week we read through the rest of his answer for the last question of when will be the end of the world. So he talked about how at the end of the world, what I'm saying, I'm sorry, when will be his coming. We talked about at his coming, everybody would see him. It'd be like a lightning in the sky, and we talked a little bit about that. We talked a lot about the book of Daniel, and kind of wrapping our head around some of the history around it and some of the prophecy around some of these things and how it's gonna happen. The key point though is to realize that Yahushua wasn't really saying, he was giving more information about what was in the scripture, right? He was helping to interpret prophecy for us and revealing it. He wasn't like giving a whole lot of new stuff, like brand new information. He was tying everything he was saying back to the scripture. And it's important to know it's important for us to realize how important the prophecy is when it comes to how the Messiah spoke to us, right? So we're going to pick up from where we left off last week and continue on. This should be Matthew chapter 24, verse 32. It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 32.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Right? So what he did is he's like, listen, I gave y'all all these signs, right? And so he's thinking about, remember, we just read 2 weeks of him telling us, look, man, it's gonna be wars and rumors of war and all this stuff is gonna happen. And then, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z is gonna happen. But look, before that, you know what I'm saying, they gonna take y'all up, they gonna gaffle y'all up, and they gonna take you over here, and these people gonna try to kill y'all. But look, stand strong on what I'm talking about, because listen, it's gonna come a day where these boys surround the place. And when they surround it, get out of Dodge. And don't even worry about it. Somebody gets to telling you, I'm over here and I'm over here. Don't listen to them. You're going to see me like lightning in the sky. Son of man going to come. It's going to be clouds. I'm going to gather all the angels, blowing a trumpet. So he giving you all these signs and saying, this is how it's going to look when I return. And then at the very end of it, he said, look, it's like a fig tree. You look at a fig tree, that thing look like it's ripe, then you know it's good. You know what I'm saying? Read it again. Watch this.
Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When the branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
So he's telling you, pay attention to the sign so that you can see it coming. Right? If you interested in wanting to know when the end of the world is, he's saying, okay, well, I just gave you the game. When you start seeing the stuff that I'm telling you about, Just like a fig tree, when you know it's about to start bearing fruit, man, listen, that's the way it's going to be, right? So he's telling us that pay attention to these signs because these are the signs that's telling you that the end is near, right? Keep going.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
He said, what? Heaven and earth, what?
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Grab Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Watch this. He said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Ain't that what he said?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that look at me like, look, the Messiah just came, and all the Messiah doing is he's really bringing the same law that Moses brought. That was the Hebrew Israelites be teaching because they don't know the book. They don't know our law. The Messiah, all he really do is he just bringing the same thing that Moses taught. It's a renewed covenant. The Christians think it's a new covenant. No, it's a renewed covenant is what they be saying. You ain't never seen nothing read. You got to, if you see renewed covenant, get rid of that Bible you got. If it translated as renewed covenant, if you read Jeremiah chapter 31, and it translated as renewed covenant, go ahead and just throw that Bible out. That ain't no good. That means somebody was like, I don't like how this word is, so I want to make it into whatever I want. Because the word that's used there is not renewed and is never translated in the book as renewed. Right? It's new. Oh, we're going to come back to Matthew chapter 5. Let's go back to Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah chapter 31. I want y'all to look at it. Because a lot of this stuff is not rocket science. If you read the book and just take it for what it say, it'll simplify a lot of this stuff for us. But what we end up doing is we want to make our own doctrine and make our own teaching. We want to hold on to what people taught us. You know what I'm saying? You join GOCC and ICUC and all these, you know what I'm saying, ACDC, you know what I'm saying, all these different things.
They was down. They was when we was in San Antonio for the wedding. They was in downtown San Antonio going hard. I ain't even
making a mess. You know what I'm saying? Making a mess out of people's lives.
In the purple, they had the purple on. You know what I'm saying? They was out there. It was out there in downtown San Antonio with the little police horn thing.
What they're doing? They're protesting something?
No, they was just preaching the word.
Demonstrating.
Yeah.
Hey, some of them boys look good though when they line up. I ain't gonna lie to you now. You know what I'm saying? Some of the boys like, man, if y'all teaching the truth, I'll be out there with y'all.
Yeah, they had their tassels on and all that stuff.
Yeah, they look good. They look good doing it, but it ain't the truth. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you get fooled by the looks of things. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's there for. You get fooled by the looks of things. But man, it'd be good if we had the look and the acts. Right? If we had the look and the teaching to go with it, look and the behavior to go with it, that'd be good. Not these boys that's out here. They out there, they stand up, they look like men of God and go home smoking weed, beating their darn wives, cheating on their darn wives, right? Lying to their darn kids, hypocriting. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what they're getting drunk. That's what a lot of these people are doing. Right? The reason is because the behavior is not there, and the behavior is not there because the faith is not there, and the faith is not there because they being taught lies by their leadership. It ain't their fault, right? They being taught, they being led by blind leaders. That's why our people, we got to wake up, right? We got to pay attention. We got to open our eyes to the book and let the Most High God be our leader. And if He don't send you a leader that's going to teach you the book, then you just got to read it yourself, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31. Watch the book say.
Behold, the days come, says Yahuah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of
Israel. What covenant?
A new covenant with the house of Israel.
Okay, let's read the Hebrew Israelite, you know what I'm saying, standardized translation right now. So, you know what I'm saying, behold the day, we're going to read the Hebrew Israelite standardized translation. It says, behold the days come where I'm going to make a renewed covenant. Keep going.
And with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
Now, you tell me if that makes sense. If I say, I'm going to make you the same covenant that I made in the past, I'm just renewing it. But guess what? It's not going to be according to the covenant that I made in the past. Does that make a lot of sense? If I tell you, I'm going to do the same thing, it's just going to be renewed, but it's not going to be the same thing. And then they're going to come back in the same breath. They're going to come back and be like, no, brother, see, God is not the author of confusion. That's why Jesus couldn't come with nothing. If he ain't the author of confusion, how in one verse he's saying something that contradicts according to y'all? It's a renewed covenant. Then at the same time, it's not according to the covenant that's supposedly renewed. That don't even make sense. Read it again in the King James Version. You know what I'm saying?
Behold, the days come, says Yahuah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand and bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, says Yahuah.
So he said, not according to the covenant that they broke. I'm making a new covenant that's not going to be the same covenant. That's what he just told you. But we so darn stupid in the darn brain and so darn rebellious in the darn heart that we don't want to accept what the book tells us. We just want to come up. Why? Because these Hebrew Israelites so scared of being a darn Christian that they turn into one. That's crazy to me. You spend your whole darn life being lied to in Christianity just to jump out, rebel against Christianity, and then do some lying. It don't make any sense. Just take the book for what it say. If the Christian happen to be right about something that they say that's in the book, why are you so focused on them being right or wrong and not focus on the book being right? Who cares? Everybody got to come in through the same darn path, through the same darn door. If you don't come in through the door, you going to hell. Why am I going to spend my time on what window they going through instead of just looking at what the book say and just say, oh yeah, no, that's what it say. And the Christian's still wrong. This is Matthew chapter 5. You know how much stuff Christians is wrong about? You think I'm going to get hung up on it's the renewed covenant? It ain't no darn renewed. Why are you telling these lies to people? That's what got people darn confused. Jesus saying the same thing that Moses said. He ain't never said nothing different. That's a lie. You don't know. I'll tell you what, you don't know what the Messiah is saying if that's what you think. And how could you know what he's saying? You don't know the darn law. Only law these boys know is Sabbath and darn don't eat pork. These boys so scared. Look, these boys so scared of pork. They be looking like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I don't even, you know what I'm saying? These boys won't even say anything with a pig on it. You know what I'm saying? They won't even, you know what I'm saying? You mention like a word that got pig in it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, turkey Latin. I was like, what? They were like, no, they're speaking turkey Latin. I was like, what? No, man, pig Latin. I was like, oh, brother, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, brother, you crazy. You can't say pig Latin? You know what I'm saying? They think the word pig is defiled. Right? That's because their brains is burnt up. You ain't never read nothing in our law that said the pig is more defiled than the next animal. Our law, we is around dogs. We ride on donkeys. All those is unclean animals. And we touch them and love them and take care of them. We got walking through Samaria, the people had pigs. Pigs serve a darn purpose. But in our minds, oh no, you know what I'm saying? You can't even mention the word pig. That stuff is crazy. That's all tradition. Tradition seeps into us. Just like the Christians got their little traditions, our stuff got tradition. Ain't nothing evil about a darn pig. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? You just can't darn eat it. You get to eating the pig, now your body is defiled. You know what I'm saying? You defiled in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? You defile your flesh with a pig for sure. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing if you eat a dog. You ain't scared to touch a darn dog, to look at a darn dog. You ain't scared to you know what I'm saying, mention the word of a dog. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Watch what the book say.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Look at that. He said, I've not come to destroy the law or the prophets, right? This is a Hebrew Israelite watching right now talking about see, I told you it's a renewed covenant. Keep going. Watch this.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Uh-huh.
Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Okay, so hold on. He said, until when?
Heaven and earth pass.
So here he's telling you the law is going to stay in place, intact. Nothing is going to be done away with this law. I didn't come to abolish the law. He make it clear. That's where you get the Christians out of here. Because the Christians will tell you quick. They'll be like, man, the law done away with. Stupid darn Christian. I would never let no Christian tell me nothing about no Bible. That's crazy. That don't even make sense. You set your whole thing up on people who completely did. But the Most High God told you, call no man father. First thing these Christians did is said, let's make a pope. Somebody whispered to him like, what does pope mean? Father. You know what I'm talking about? Let's just make a pope. Let's call a man father. You know why we should do that? I don't know. Maybe because Yahushua said don't do it. I would never let no darn Christian tell me nothing about the Bible because they don't know until you really have taken a step back and denounced all of the tradition of Christianity. Man, you're gonna have so much mess in your teaching, right? You have so much mess in your teaching. So you end up now as a Christian thinking the law is done away with, brother. We're in the era of grace. You know what I'm saying? Get to making up all these different phrases and stuff. It's all about your relationship. Tell me one point. In what place in the Bible do it talk to you about a relationship with God? That phrase. You're not going to find it. Matter of fact, the only time that you're really going to see the description of a relationship is going to be John 15. John 15, he said, no better love, no greater love than a man have than he died for his friends. You know what I'm saying? And you are my friends if you do whatever I command you. So if you want a relationship with Yah and a relationship with the Messiah, you got to do what he commands. These people are how you thinking relationship mean it's a personal relationship and it's a private relationship. And only God can judge me because only he knows how our relationship works. You have your own relationship and you do whatever you do in your relationship with God. I have my own relationship. I do whatever I want to do in my relationship with God, but you can't judge my relationship and I can't judge your relationship. That's what they do. They try to make everything hidden. People don't realize when you do that, that's called separation. Listen, if I'm saying I got my personal relationship with God, he talking to me and he telling me to obey him, and I'm doing my thing, right? And then brother T over here, and he got his personal relationship, but he doing something totally different. How can we have unity in that? If supposedly God is telling everybody something privately, right? And telling everybody to do something different, and it's private, it ain't nobody else's business. Right? But everybody being told something different. Can't nobody verify it and come to an agreement. You know what that might lead to? Maybe like 30,000 different denominations of Christianity is what it'll lead to. Why do you think none of these people can agree? Because they all look at the book and pretend they see something different. And we supposed to sit here and be like, maybe they right. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not playing that game no more. I've been done with that darn game. Maybe they right. No, maybe everybody's wrong. People be asking me too. So you trying to say everybody is wrong except you? No, I'm trying to say everybody wrong except the book. You can read it for yourself. If you really want to know the answer, you can read it for yourself. I ain't got to sit here and argue till I'm darn blue in the face. We can take a step back. You listen to what they say and tell them to find what they say in the book. And you tell me if what you read lines up with what they say, or if they got to do a whole bunch of hocus pocus and darn voodoo to make you think what you read was what they said. These people make a darn fool out of us. And I'm supposed to, just because there's so many people. We got to do a little talking. Grab Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. Then we coming back to Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Then we got to make our way all the way back over to Matthew chapter 24, verse probably, I don't know, probably like 35, 36. This Exodus chapter 23. Give me verse 1. Because these people will try to bully you. They'll try to say, well, you know what? All Christians agree on one thing at least, and that's the main thing. Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. I bet they darn do. I bet you every one of them darn agree about that one thing. Don't mean nothing if you don't believe in the man. But we do believe him now. You don't believe. If you believed, you would obey. You'll do what he said. You wouldn't be lying on his name. Right? I don't care how many of y'all it is. I don't care how many people out here telling a lie. I don't care how many people out there claim that they teach in the book. I don't care how many people out here got degrees and went to seminary. I don't care how many people out here I've been doing this all my life. I don't care how many people read the book front to back. None of that stuff moves me. None of it moves me. Not a lick of it moves me. The only thing that moves me is, can you open up this book and make it make sense? You cannot make it make sense with the stuff that y'all believe. This book only makes sense one way. I don't have to sit here and argue and fight with nobody. All I got to do is open it up and read it. Me personally, I can read it out loud, and what I teach, I can show you in the book exactly how it's read. Right? I ain't got to do a whole bunch of hocus pocus. The only hocus pocus you're going to see me do is I'm going to say, but let's flip over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put line upon line. This is Exodus chapter 23. Give me verse 1.
Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
Let me see. So don't raise a false report. That's all y'all. That got all y'all Christians, because all y'all be lying on Yahushua, right? Then he said, don't put your hand with the wicked to do what?
To be an unrighteous witness.
To be an unrighteous witness. All y'all, you got Jehovah's Witness, unrighteous witness. You can cut that stuff out. You don't know what you darn talking about either, right? All of them call themselves witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna be a witness, or I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, share my testimony. All that is a witness, right? And you are unrighteous witness if you lying on the book, right? If you saying that this is the doctrine, well, Jesus wasn't, you know what I'm saying, born of a virgin, you are a lying witness. You know what I'm saying? Jesus ain't God. You are a lying witness. The law, he said, the law done away with. You're a lying witness. God loves everybody. You're a lying witness. Once saved, always saved. You're a lying witness. All these things, you are a liar, and that makes you a lying witness, right? Keep going. Watch this.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither
So
shalt
hold on. If it's a whole bunch of Christians, I don't know, maybe like 3 point something billion of them things, right? If a third of the entire world are Christians, if Christianity is the biggest religion in the world, and I'm sitting here in my measly little loft in my house, right? Ain't nobody darn in here, and maybe got a good 20 people that I can get to watch online, right? And then somebody come up to me and they say, look, now I hear you. I'm listening to your video and I hear you. But you mean to tell me everybody wrong and you right? I ain't graduated from college. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rich. I ain't got a huge following. I ain't got nothing. All I got is my darn brother and my darn family. Right? And you look at me, you say, look, what makes you think you right and everybody else wrong? I didn't say that. I just said the book is right. That's it. The book is right. Now, you talking about everybody. I haven't met everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've never met everybody. All I can tell you is, if they don't line up with this book, it's because there is no light in them. Right? That's it. And I don't care what the multitude say. I don't care the multitude, the great multitude of people, the billions of people that are out there that happen to be Christians. It don't move me at all. I don't care how many of y'all stand there. I don't care how many of y'all ignore me. I don't care if y'all call YouTube, get the videos taken down. It doesn't move me at all. The book is the book. And at the end of the day, somebody gonna be right. I never believed in that. Well, your truth is your truth and my truth is. I never believed in that type of stuff. I never believed in well, you know, that's your perspective. You can see it your way. I never believed in that type of stuff. There is one right way to do it, and everything else is going to be wrong. We just ain't figured it out yet. You know what I'm saying? When y'all talking about perspective and this is just how I see it or this is my truth, all that mean is, oh, we just haven't figured out who right and wrong yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just, you think you right. But at the end of the day, somebody going to be judged to be right and wrong. And I'm a believer that this book is going to be the one that's right. You might want to line up with it, right? A lot of people getting away with being wrong when really, they getting away thinking that they right when they wrong, when they really just wrong. Right? You can't let these people bully you just because it's a multitude. That's against our law. Tell these Hebrew Israelites that. If they knew that, it's against our law. I don't care how many of these darn dudes in purple darn dresses are standing outside of, what was it, San Antonio? That stuff don't move me. I don't care how many of y'all, I stand right in the darn middle and tell y'all, if you don't line up with the book, you're wrong. Your leader don't line up with the book. It ain't y'all fault. I've done that thing before when they lined up out here. Looking right in their darn face. Boy, you ain't teaching darn nothing. Yelling at these white folks. That's crazy to me. Read it again. This is Exodus chapter 23, verse what, 3?
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right? You ain't got to open your darn mouth up just because it's a lot of them. Be like, well, I don't know, Brother Fillmore. I like what you teach and everything, but my pastor got a church of this many people, and they say, stay away. Okay, that's cool. That's your choice. But our law tell us, man, go with what's darn right. Don't go with the numbers. I don't care how many people voting for Kamala or Trump. That thing, look, it don't matter how many people do anything. It's not going to move me from what's right. Man, that'd be a glory if I'm the last one standing. It's 10 of us standing on the truth of the word against billions of darn people. How you think the Most High God look at that? Y'all looking at this thing wrong. Following the darn numbers. I take it. And if our numbers are high, guess what? That don't move me either. If we had a billion people on our side saying what's right, I ain't about to jump on the other side and be like, no, it's too many people. No, if a billion people are saying the right thing, guess what? It's still right. And if one person saying the right thing, guess what? It's still right. Stop judging stuff by how it look. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Matthew chapter 5, give me verse 18. It's Matthew chapter 5, verse 18. Watch what the book say.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
He said, until all be fulfilled. So he said, heaven and earth got to be passed, right? And he said, the law ain't gonna go away until heaven and earth passes. Right? Heaven and earth has to pass before the law goes away. That's what he just said. Now watch that and watch the difference in what he say in Matthew chapter 24. This is Matthew chapter 24. This is verse 35, 36.
36.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. Watch what the book say.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But we'll go to 35.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 35. Watch what the book say.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
So on one hand, he tell you, I didn't come to do away with the law. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Renewed Covenant, Mr. Law done away with Christian. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to do away with the law. He said, not one little mark of this law is going to pass away until heaven and earth pass away. So he's saying the law will pass away when heaven and earth pass away. Then on the other thing, he said, look, my word will never pass away. Even if heaven and earth pass away, my words stick around. I'm telling you that he's telling you something different. He's telling you the law gonna still be in place until you When you look up and you don't see a heaven, and when you look up and you don't see an earth, the law still gonna be the same, right? I mean, he said the law can change it when you look up and you don't see that. When you see the new heaven come and the new earth come, be like, okay, for sure. The law might change at that point. He's telling you my word, though, the stuff I'm telling you is forever. Because it's different. Y'all don't understand that the law was given us to wash what? Our flesh. Right? The law was given to us so that we can eat healthy food for what? Our flesh. Right? The law was given to us so that we can learn how to plant fields and not mix them to feed our flesh. Right? All of our laws, it helped us with our flesh. And then we had laws that helped us spiritually. Right? When it comes to treating people one another and not having inappropriate relations with people, all these different things, those are spiritual laws, right? But the whole package of the law was for our flesh. Now Yahushua comes and he speaks to the spirit of the people. He tells you what his words, he tells you what you can do to not defile your spirit. That's what he told us in Mark, right? In Mark chapter 7. He said, these things come out of a man and these things defile the heart of a man. Right? That's what we need to do. We need to make sure that we turn away from the sins that defile our heart. And as long as you in the flesh, you ought to keep up with your flesh. That's what the law is for. Walking around darn eating pork and you think you healthy. That's crazy. That don't make no darn sense. And these people are nuts. They'll give up pork and red meat and give up all this stuff, right? And then go out and they get drunk every darn night. It's like, okay, yeah, you're doing a whole lot. You're doing a whole lot. Some of these women, you know what I'm saying, the Southern California women, these women will go, you know what I'm saying? They'll go to Whole Foods and Sprouts and all these different stores to make sure they got non-GMO and then go get their breasts done. You know what I'm saying? Go get implants and go get plastic surgery after they made sure they skipped over all the grocery stores in town, went to the most expensive one, and then made sure they got non-genetically modified food and then modified their body. This is the thinking of people. It's the hypocrisy of people. It's because your spirit is not right. You sitting here, you trying to serve the flesh, you trying to do all these things for the flesh, and your spirit is not right. You never gonna be together. You never gonna make no darn sense. Right? He's telling you something different. He's not telling you the same law. He's not telling you the same thing that Moses told us. Right? Moses told you he wasn't gonna be saying the same thing. Right? Moses told you, man, listen, it's gonna be somebody, the word, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High God put in his mouth, man, that's gonna be what's required of you. So listen, if Moses told you it's gonna be required of you, you breaking the law if you don't listen to Yahushua. And if you think he's saying the same thing, you better read it again. Better read it again and read it real close. You know what I'm saying? Moses talked about being a whoremonger. He ain't never give you no penalty on he ain't never tell you that you'll be stoned and you'll be killed for being a whoremonger. Yahushua said defile you. Right? Yahushua said, no, that thing defile you. You be done. This is keep going. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 36.
But of the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Look, he said, as the days of Noah were, that's how the coming of the Son of Man is going to be. Right? He's telling you, like, the way they were in the days of Noah, man, that's how the coming of the Son of Man is going to be. And we know, we don't have to get it, but we know from Genesis 6, you know what I'm saying, that the people was wicked. Right? And we kind of know from go to Joel. I mean not Joel, Job. Go to Job. Give me Job chapter 22. Jump on down to verse 15. This is Job chapter 22, verse 15. So we got to see how were people in the days of Noah. You know what I'm talking about? We got to understand how they work. Remember, he's still giving us the signs. He's still answering our questions. He said, listen, when you look at a fig tree, and when you see them branches start getting, getting plump, and then we see the leaves start coming out, the summer coming. And in the summer, that's when the figs come out. That's when the actual fruit come from the fig tree. Before, it ain't no fruit on there. It's just a tree. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, when you see them branches start getting a little plump. Then all of a sudden you see you see that them leaves start coming off of it. You know what's coming next. You know them figs coming next. So that's how Yahushua is trying to explain to us. He's like, look, if you pay attention to all this stuff, when you start seeing it, then you gonna know what's coming next. Like, oh, he said that. Oh, what's coming next? Right? He's telling you, look, man, in the days of Noah, when all these people was wilding out, that's how it's gonna be before I come. So now when we see all the people wilding out, we could be like, you know what's coming next. Right? This is what he's trying to explain to us. Let's hear about how they were in the days of Noah. This is Job chapter 22. Give me verse 15.
Hast thou marked the old way which wicked men have trodden, which were cut down out of time, whose foundation was overflown with the flood, which said unto God, depart from us, and what can the Almighty do for them?
Right? He said, look, the people that got killed in the flood, they were saying, depart from us. And what can the Almighty do what?
For them.
What can the Almighty do for us? We don't care nothing about that. What do you think people doing right now? These people ain't thinking about the Most High God. These people believe in the Most High God and ain't thinking about him. They be opening up their mouth. I could never serve a God that does this, that, and the other. What do you think that sound like? Depart from us. What can you do for them? Keep going, watch this.
Yet he filled their houses with good things, but the counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see it and are glad, and the innocent laugh them to scorn. Whereas our substance is not cut down, but the remnant of them the fire consumes. Acquaint now thyself with him, and be at peace. Thereby good shall come unto thee. Receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart. If thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up, and shall be put away, and shall put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles.
If you do that, you'll be all right. That's what this whole thing is about. Turn back to the Almighty. Put iniquity far from you. Iniquity is sin. Everything come back to behavior. Right? You got to turn away from sin. All of it too. Right? All the sin that defile us. Right? You can learn about those in Mark chapter 7, in Mark chapter 7, Ephesians chapter 5? Ephesians chapter 5, Galatians chapter 5. No, it's Ephesians chapter 6, ain't it?
Ephesians 6, Galatians 5.
Yeah, Galatians chapter 5. It's Ephesians chapter 5, Galatians chapter 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, you know what I'm saying, and Revelations chapter 22. Right? You read all those, it'll tell you exactly what will not make it into the kingdom. Those are the sins. You got to turn away from all of those sins. It is not impossible. Don't get these people to line to you talking about it's impossible. And it's not impossible to keep the law. Right? You can repent from all the sins that you committed against the law too. That'd be greater for you. You do that, you'll be great in the kingdom. But if you just want to just get in by the skin of your darn teeth, the chapters that I just gave you, you read those and pay attention to when they say anything about defile you, that you know what I'm saying, the people that doing these things gonna be without, or if it say will not make it into the kingdom of heaven. If it say any of that, just let your eye perk up, highlight it, do whatever you got to do. Remember those and turn away from them. You got any questions about them, send them in. We got a whole webpage. You go to tautayah.com. You know what I'm saying? Type in and it should be right there on the front page. But if you use the little search bar at the top, just say sins that won't enter into the kingdom. It's going to be a link that say it right at the top. Sins that won't enter into the kingdom. You scroll down, it's going to be another link. Sins that won't. We try to put it all over the place. Click on it, look at it, watch the videos. But more important than any of that, look at those Bible verses that we share, pick it up, read it for your darn self, and internalize it. right? It's too late in the darn day to be sitting here playing with people, right? This stuff is not rocket science. It's not that deep. You look at it, but look, it's a way to get, don't, I'm not trying to mislead nobody. We can get very, 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 very darn deep in this book, right? It's a way to get deep, very deep. I ain't even turning in all my lights. You know what I mean? There's a way to get very deep in this book. However, to make it into the kingdom, it don't require you to get that deep, right? You learn what you are supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. We get the job done, and we can help with that. We'd be more than happy to help with that. It's Matthew chapter 24. This is verse 39. It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 39.
We'll do 38.
It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 38. Watch what the book say.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not the hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered the house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom Yahuah, whom the Lord has made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he comes, shall find him so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delays his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looks not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
He telling you what's not going to make it into the kingdom, right? If you don't turn from these sins and you sitting there playing around, because in your mind, you looking like, man, he delay is coming. You know what I'm saying? You looking around, you talking about like, man, all the way back to my great grandmother, they said that he was coming. He ain't came yet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just want to live a little bit. He's saying you the type of person he gonna catch slipping. That's exactly what that's talking about. You got the kids say he lacking. You know what I'm saying? The kids say he lacking. What that mean is, you know what I'm saying? I caught you slipping. That's how we were back in our day. We were saying I caught you slipping. The kid now they say he's lacking. I don't know if they say I caught you lacking, but they definitely say he is lacking. You know what I'm saying? He was lacking. You know what I'm saying? What they be saying? That just mean that he didn't have you know what I'm saying? He didn't have his pistol on him and the other guy did. Right? We call that slipping. The Most High God saying he gonna catch you lacking. Right? He gonna catch you slipping. Because that's your mindset. But if you in the street, look, even the street got more wisdom than y'all. If you in the street, what they say? They ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Right? What they say? I'd rather be caught with it than without it. Right? The street mindset is more wise than a lot of these Christian mindsets. Because that's how the Most High God want us to be. Stay prepared. If you stay prepared, it don't matter what time he come. You're not gonna catch me lacking. I'ma always have it on me. If you do that, then you don't have to walk around scared, looking all over your shoulder like, oh, you ain't got to feel this feeling of guilt. You do what you supposed to do. And when the Most High God show up back here and all this stuff start messing up and it go wild and all these people wild out and you know the end is coming because you looking like, I know what happens next. I remember this word. I know what happens next. Your mindset ain't going to be, but how we going to make it? Your mindset going to be, I know what's happening next. We good. I'm confident still. Y'all got to want that. right? You gotta want that. You gotta desire that, and not just on Friday nights. You gotta desire that constantly. Your mind gotta be on that. You gotta want it. There's too much stuff out here that's trying to distract us from it. It's too much stuff trying to pull us from the love of the Most High God. We can't keep letting this stuff win. Like, we know the game plan. Man done gave us the whole game plan. He done gave us good teaching. He done gave us good revelation and good information. I listen to some of the sisters every week, read the book and find some stuff that's like, I could never imagine finding that when I was just a couple years in. I could never imagine. And I look like, oh, the Most High God is doing so. He revealing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's a beautiful thing. How are we gonna sit here and keep playing? This thing got to come first. That's what the man is trying to tell you. You got to care about this first. Everything else got to be optional for you. I was just talking to the brother, you know what I'm saying, the other night. I was like, yeah, no, my daughter, you know what I'm saying, she can't wear no earrings. She can't wear no jewelry. You know what I'm saying? She can't wear no makeup. She can't paint her darn nails. You know what I'm saying? Work, you know what I'm saying? Living in my darn house is like living under darn Putin. You know what I'm saying? I know it's rough. I know how difficult it's going to be. But I told him at the end of the day, I really don't care about none of that stuff. I just care that she care about it. If she come to me and she don't think about that stuff, and if whatever reason I get moved and I say, you know what? Don't paint your nails today. That would be different. I wouldn't have a problem. But she can't care about it. She got to care about the word first. She got to care about school first. She got to care about the things that I told her to do first. If she care about the stuff that I care about, I will give her the stuff that she don't care about. Help me out. Grab what I want. Give me 1 Kings, maybe chapter 4. Is it 1 Kings chapter 4 or chapter 5? Or 6? Eesh. I feel like it's in the beginning. Give me 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 1. Let me see what that say.
So King
Most High
Solomon.
God. Oh, go ahead.
So King Solomon was king over Israel, and there were the princes which he had, Azariah the son of Zadok the priest.
Nah, give me chapter 5. Let me see what chapter 5 say. It's 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 1.
And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent his servants to Solomon, for he had heard that they had anointed him king of his father.
Give me, is it 6?
And it came to pass in the 418th year, after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month of Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of Yahuah.
Oh, no. It must be. I'm looking for when he prayed to the Most High God and the Most High, he prayed for wisdom and understanding.
I think that's like 3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Let's see what 3 says. This 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 1.
And Solomon made affinity with Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
I thought it was right at the top.
Hold on.
Right, while the brother looking at it though, you know what I'm saying? We got plenty of book that tell you, one, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, right? Then we got other book that tell you, make your desires his desires, and he'll give you your desires. Right? The way to get to what, to what is right for us is we got to change our thinking and reshape our minds to fit his. We got to renew ourselves to fit him. We constantly are trying to get what we want first and put ourselves first and put our desires and put our fears and all this stuff that we got. We can't be scared of these people. We can't be scared of what's going on around us. We can't be scared of losing the stuff that God gave us. You care too much. Right? You care too much about stuff. You can't do that because as soon as you care too much about stuff, listen, I'm a person. I'm sensitive to manipulate. Me personally, sensitive to it. You know what I'm saying? I watch it. I see it in everything. I see everything I see manipulation. I just see people manipulating each other all day and I see it. You know what I'm saying? And it bothers me. It gets to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see it. I don't like seeing people get manipulated. I don't like seeing people manipulate people. But that's because I come from very manipulated environments. I was a big manipulator myself, right? So it's like I see it, I understand it, and I'm sensitive to it. If my brother do it, if my sister do it, if my friends do it, whatever, I'm there and I see it. I'm looking like that ain't gonna work on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that to me. It's not. It's just never gonna work on me. But in my mind, I see it, right? So because I see it and because I understand it, right? I have to reshape my mind, right? My whole mindset has to be reshaped to say, you know what? I'm not going to manipulate. I understand how it works. I understand how it moves. I'm not going to manipulate. And I'm also not going to tolerate manipulation, right? And by doing that, then it causes everyone around you to change how they deal with you. And that's the same way that the Most High God is asking us, turn from all your sin. You don't have to try to control nobody around you. Make people react to you, but you got to give up the care because caring about something will leave you vulnerable to the devil's manipulation. The same way, if somebody is super emotional about their mama, right? They love their mama so. I mean, goodness gracious, don't you ever say nothing about their mama. And they make you mad about something that they said, right? But you looking like, I'm going to get them in trouble in class. So you just going to whisper, yo, mama. But you know, every time something happens, if you say anything, he gonna flip out. What you say about mama? Don't you ever say nothing up. And so you whisper. You know what I'm saying? He wig out, teacher looking at, boy, why is you darn tripping? Because he said something about my mama. Man, I ain't hear him say nothing, but guess who I do hear? You just got manipulated to get yourself in trouble. Meanwhile, old boy sitting back laughing, like, we got him again. It's silly butt. Because you care too much. And people don't think you can care too much about your mama or care too much about your sister or care too much about the wife, right? But the book tell you if you love your mom, your sister, your dad, your brother, your kids, your wife more than me, then you are not worthy of me. You can care too much about anything. You have to be able to set it in your mind, man, stop caring so much about this stuff. Care about the Most High God. And by doing that, he'll add all the rest of the stuff to you. That stuff is going to come. But you can't leave yourself exposed for Satan to manipulate you with the stuff that you care about. Man, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to show my father that I can do it and that make him proud of me. I just want to make this stuff be good stuff. It don't be evil stuff that you thinking. You thinking some good. I just want to make my father proud of me. You work your butt off. You move up in a darn company because you know that's what'll make your dad proud. And that's what you care about. That's your number one thing. And then guess what? That thing get taken from you. Your butt get fired. Whole company shut down. Everybody get laid off. You know what I'm saying? You looking like, man, I was almost there. That thing sends you to a depression. And then right when you at your lowest state, because you cared so much about making your dad proud, you at your lowest state. Go ahead, man. Just take these drugs. It'll make you feel better. Now your butt's stuck. Dealing with that stuff for the rest of your darn life. That's how it works. You care too much, that stuff get taken. That's what the Most High God gonna test from you. Right? This is what we want. This First Kings what?
3 verse 5.
This First Kings chapter 3 verse 5. What does the book say?
In Gibeon, Yahuah appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask what I shall give thee." And Solomon said, "Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. Thou hast kept for him this great kindness. that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Yahuwah my God,
Watch what he asked for.
thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased Yahuwah that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, because you have asked this thing, and has not asked for thyself long life, neither have you asked for riches for thyself, nor have asked for the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy word. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days.
Right? So now listen, he not only got what he asked for, because he asked for his concern. That what was still on the top of his darn brain was, look, man, I just need some understanding and wisdom so I can lead these people. I'm just a young buck. And I know you rock with my pops. So if you giving me an opportunity to ask you for something, man, look, just give me what I need to lead these people, because man, look, you see how many people this is? This is huge. Do you understand how overwhelming that gotta feel? Right? It gotta be overwhelming. I remember when I was a team lead at my job, right? I was a team lead. And I had only been with the company for 6 months. And maybe at this point, like maybe 7 or 8 months. Brand new to the company. I got a quick promotion out of nowhere just by the grace of the Most High God. And I'm sitting here as a team lead, still learning, still trying to figure people out, still trying to understand whose name is who does what, whatever. I got 2 great supervisors over me that's training me and teaching me stuff, right? One day, both of them are gone. One gets sick, the other one quit. And it's only me. And the whole time I'm looking around like, and then the AVP coming like, yeah, it's on your shoulders. We need your help. We gonna pay you $1 extra. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna make you the interim supervisor. You run this group for us. I didn't get no training. I didn't get no like daily guidance on what to do. It's just, here you go, figure it out. Right? That was overwhelming for me. But my mindset was, I didn't have the Most High God to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, look, you know what I'm saying? Give me wisdom. I didn't have him to talk to. But when I was talking to my team, I say, listen, I am not going to be the one that know everything. But if you tell me what the problem is and tell me different ways that we can solve for it, I will help us pick the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'll help it. All I need is the information, right? How the stuff work. Bro, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? All I need is the information and how stuff is going to work. You know what I'm saying? The rest of it, we can figure out. That was my mindset. And now you see even better, but Solomon's mindset, he get to speak to the Most High God. His mindset was, this is overwhelming. Listen, my pops ain't here no more. I'll tell you what. Just give me understanding so I can lead this people in. So by doing that, the Most High God said, I'm also going to give you what you didn't care about. You didn't care about the riches. You didn't care about the money, the fame. But I'm going to give you that too. Right? If we focus our minds on what the Most High God has for us, let's go back to Matthew 24. On what the Most High God has for us, if we make that our focus, if we make that our desire, if we make that our number one priority, and we stop caring so much about all this other stuff, even if we believe it's good, right? Even if it seemed good to make our dad proud or to love our mom or to do all these other things, if we detach ourselves just a little bit from all this stuff, enough just to make the Most High God the priority, right? And now everything else comes secondary to the Most High God. Don't trust me because I say it. Trust the book because he said it. I'm telling you things will go different. Things will go different, not because I say it, because that's what the book is telling you. This is Matthew chapter 24. What verse?
Well, we finished 24.
That's all of 24? That's Matthew chapter 24. Okay, we ain't going to go to 25. We'll read 25 next week, right? But this is important for us. Matthew 24 is giving us the game plan for the end of the world. It's giving us the signs for the end of the world. All we got to do is keep our eyes open. And more importantly than keeping our eyes open, all we got to do is obey this man and keep it moving. He going to reveal onto us what's supposed to be revealed, right? But our behavior got to be right. Our mind got to be right. We got to focus on him. We got to turn away from all this crazy stuff. We got to stop letting ourselves get so distracted over little things. These things be darn little that we stressing out about. And some of them ain't little. Right? It's little stuff that be getting it. But some of this stuff ain't little. Right? It be family members dying. It be, man, it's all types of stuff. But none of this stuff can get in the way. None of it can get in the way. And you got to repeat that thing to yourself. Right? Because if not, you will find yourself looking up like, dang it, how did I get way over here? Y'all got questions, y'all send them in. Let's go ahead and pray out.